I bet you are pleased to confirm. Okay. Come on. Mm. Okay. Well, I guess what I should have done, or I guess, and for the most part, once it kind of breaks out of the range, I mean, like once it breaks structure, that's where you're gonna get bounce. Probably, yeah, for the most part. All right. Yeah, I'm debating on that one right there. That's what I'm debating on. I'm definitely going to debate on that. Hey, yo, what's up, John? And yes and no. Yes and no. Mm. Mm. Yeah, so yeah, so I missed this move right here. I was debating if I should get in at 60 or if I should get in right here and okay. So mm, mm, mm. Yeah, so I was debating on getting in right here earlier tonight, and after last week, I kind of second guessed this entry because of last week. So I figured that I should just kind of trade at the origin of the move, and I told myself when I came back to the charts, I was like, man, I probably got filled, and then sure enough, gold found a way to bounce at the original area that I was originally looking at, and now we're seeing this move higher. So honestly, if this market comes crashing back down, I mean, this entry might be highly unlikely, but mm, yeah, I know, man. But it just sucks when it just sucks, you know, when you let a good trade go by, you just kind of doubt that it's gonna work, and then it works. Just, but how you doing tonight, man? Were you able to get into anything? I mean, I haven't looked at silver in so long. I feel like I've completely abandoned silver when she was there for me. Oh yeah, this is why I abandoned her. Yeah, this is why. Mm. Silver don't move like she used to. Okay. So I'm gonna trade here at 17. I'm gonna trade at this area right here. Hopefully the market doesn't choose to be nasty to me. But that's where I'm gonna choose to trade. I was considering getting in at 509 or yeah 909. Let's consider getting in at 909, but I'm gonna trade here. Uh, I mean, hmm, that pivot, like man, it's been hit or miss all last week, and I guess I'm still kind of carrying that into this week. That pivot used to be a really good trade. Now it's not anymore. Now the market is going back to the order block. So I don't know. Uh, so I mean, last week I decided how I was going to lessen the load on making decisions about the pivot and the order block. I said that I was going to start trading the pivot with the 150K accounts where I can take, more than one trade, two trades in that account. If it doesn't hit the pivot, then, it'll go to the order block. But I did not do that. Mm. Yeah, dude, it definitely feels that way. It definitely feels that way because for the longest time, and I've already shared this before, I wouldn't trust that pivot even if it meant that I was going to get, if that was like the low of day at the time. And it's like a 20 or 30 point push higher. All last year, 2025, I think, or 2024, whatever year gold had that big, massive push higher, it was probably 2025. That pivot was kind of hit or miss. If I took that trade 10 times, that trade would at least hit 6 times. At least. And I mean by if it bounced at that pivot before going to the order block, that was the trade. And I would just hate watching that trade work, but I was so I stood 10 toes down on that order block trade because it was it's a damn near guaranteed trade. I mean, even if it does miss, it's going to eventually come back to that order block. eventually. I just have to be patient for it and hope that it doesn't hit it overnight while I'm not, you know, in front of my desk. But waiting for that trade. But waiting for that trade had me go back to the drawing boards. And then I started to trust the pivot. And as soon as I started trusting the pivot, it just seems like now it wants to go back to that order block to where it'll probably bounce at that pivot, but it's not going to bounce enough to hit my target like the first time. It needs to pull back, collect more liquidity before hitting that target, when before it didn't do that. So it's like, well, okay. So that's why I said that with the bigger accounts, I'm just going to use the 150Ks for the pivot. And then if I have another opportunity to take the trade at the order block, I would. And I had that opportunity tonight, and I just, for whatever reason, I walked away from my screen and I did not do it. But I just sent a message to my trading partner, and I told him, I was like, dude, I'm not doing that this week. Last week was one of the horrible, one of my, I gotta make a name up for it. It was not my best performance. I lost so much money last week. I'm surprised I had a good weekend, honestly. I'm surprised. But we're back at it. And I'm gonna make up for last week for this week. So yeah. Damn, dude. You had a bad week also last week? Damn, dude. What happened, Cave Trader? Well, Smith, if you want to hop in the chat, I'll open it. But you know, I'll open the chat if you want to hop on. But yeah. Back to MES, dude. That's insane. So I'm guessing that you got caught up on gold. So from what I'm seeing, looking at that 1 minute and 5 minute on gold is actually pretty clutch. That 1 and 5 minute. Or I'm sorry, the 1 and 10 minute. My bad. 1 and 10 minute. The 1 and 10 minute. You just learn to lose. Yeah, I mean, when you're trading small, I mean, it's just data. I mean, it just becomes emotional when just one trade takes out about a good portion of your drawdown, and you go into a fight or flight mode. And I'm not talking about you, Cave Trader. I'm just talking about traders in general. I guess that's just the reason why trading small is so important, so you don't feel threatened by the market and try to fight for your life. Using the 1 and 5 minute on the NQ. Yeah, I see that the 5 minute on the NQ is actually pretty clutch. Alfred swears by the 3 minute, and actually I've been looking at the 3 minute, and it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Wow, man. So you lost 200 points on or what is it? 200. You lost 100 points on the Nasdaq tonight. Damn, you know, honestly, I mean, it's sad to see that you lost that much, because I'm looking at the Nasdaq right now, and man, it's a 200. Wow, okay, it's almost like a 170 point range, if I'm doing the math right. Let me make sure I'm doing the math right. This is just roughly 270. Nice. Okay, so it's 170. My math is immaculate. That's what I'm talking about. So about 170 points. Yeah. You know, I mean, if the only time I use higher time frames, or how I use higher time frames, is just for the direction of the market, or like what has the market done in the last hour? Because y'all guys know I execute and monitor smaller time frames, or it's really tick charts, but tick charts are closer to like seconds or minute charts. But I'm so used to the tick charts now that, I mean, I look at a seconds chart or I look at a minute chart and say, okay, yeah, this is perfect. And I look at higher time frames and I don't know the story of the market right now. I don't know what's going on because the candles are just too big. Yeah, what's up, Red Kid? So I stay on the smaller time frame for sure. AI Smith is gonna probably make a debut next week. I've been looking at a lot of stuff over the weekend. I had to set up some things. I would have, in order to talk to, or so I watched this video. In order to talk to AI Smith, I would have to use my phone. I'm trying to find another alternative because, like I said, I don't mind downloading Claude on this laptop because there's nothing on this laptop except for like screenshots of my trades. I mean, this is my trading laptop. I don't do anything else on this damn thing at all. So you can search through all the directories, the folders, and there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I'll be damned if I put it on my phone. I mean, we talked about this last week. I don't want anything like OpenAI or any AI tool that can just crawl through my computer and search for files. I mean, how I see it, they're asking permission because they have to, but I mean, how can you really prove if it scrubs through your computer and then wipes the logs? Like, how would you know? You know? So I just have a trust issues when it comes to like tools like that. So I understand that it's a part of the world, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, I'm not going to use it. It's blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to set it up to where, you know, I can utilize it, but then I'm protecting myself from it. I especially wouldn't want anything with OpenAI. A lot of companies have banned the use of ChatGPT because I may be misquoting this, but anything you put into that search bar in ChatGPT has the right, and they own the data or some shit like that. Like once you give it to it, they own it, or they can utilize it the way that they want to. And so a lot of companies have banned the use of ChatGPT because of that. Anthropic told the government that they won't build them an AI tool that will make decisions on its own. And that's why the Trump administration has blacklisted Claude or Anthropic. And who steps up and says, yeah, I have no problem with that? Good old OpenAI. So, you know, honestly, with stuff like that, you know, stuff like that kind of tells me where that company's priorities is. If you're okay with making machines that are capable of making decisions in war without any accountability, it just really says a lot about the character of whatever his name is, the CEO of OpenAI. It just really shows who he is as a person. I understand that they have a lot of they're in debt to their investors because investors have been throwing a lot of money at them, so they're obligated to do this. But at the same time, dude, like, that's a hard sell. So ChatGPT I won't ever have ChatGPT downloaded on my phone, my laptop, any of that, because I just can't trust nobody that does that. Just can't. So I don't use OpenAI or ChatGPT. I use Perplexity. Even though Perplexity used to be really good, now it's retarded now. I use it to, like I said, to edit or make things sound, professional, and make sure that my sentences are properly structured. But outside of that, and that thing Perplexity used to be really good. And I remember having a conversation with Perplexity and talking to it and saying that, are you ever going to change? Are you going to stay the same? And it said that, what did it say? It said that it will try, but if its designers choose to change it, it has no control over that. And I guess they changed it because it's not smart anymore. It's not as smart as it used to be. So I think a lot of AI tools are like that now. Like, they dumbed it down, or for general use, or maybe I don't think that it's probably dumbed down. I think what's going on is probably, in order to get the performance that we're used to, you probably have to give it a certain prompt that activates a lot of its old functionality. I'm pretty sure there's like a prompt that you can put in, and it behaves the way that it was introduced to us, instead of that crap that we got now. So I'm pretty sure. As knowing developers, they always have Easter eggs in their code. Always. There's always an Easter egg in their code. So I'm pretty sure there's a prompt that does that. But okay, let's see. Yeah, that's definitely true, Rocket. That's definitely true. Which is kind of insane to think about. Or it's kind of like every AI tool has its own personality. Like, they all do the same thing, but one is actually better at doing something than the other. Like I said, so I was kind of I'm gonna do a project next weekend. I meant to do it this week, but I had to finish up some work, so I didn't get a chance to do it this weekend. But I have been doing my research on Claude Code and Claude Cowork, and I've kind of figured out what I need to use it for. I need to focus on the agentic side, Claude Cowork, and understand how to build agents and how to properly instruct them to perform tasks that will benefit us on this stream. So I'm pretty sure it's easy, but I'm the type of person that I like to understand the whole thing before I make a move. It's low-key procrastination, but at the same time, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So I'm pretty sure the whole process is easy, but I need to understand what I'm doing. I'm not a person that follows instructions and do it without completely understanding what I'm doing. I don't roll that way. So I got a gist of what I need to do. What my goal with this AI tool or these agents, what I want is for it to pull any news pertaining like the Nasdaq, equities, gold, commodities. I wanted to analyze the gold chart, Nasdaq chart. I wanted to summarize what it sees, bring back a report, identify levels, and if it lines up with what I'm already looking at, then we can move forward with that, and we can build on that using these AI tools as like a second opinion. And if we have a bias, which is kind of dangerous, I'm really starting to see having a bias is actually like, it's really dangerous because, man, on Friday, I was looking for I was short biased, and man, was that the wrong bias to have on Friday. It was the absolute wrong bias to have on Friday. Absolutely wrong. And yeah, I learned that the hard way, John. I learned that the hard way. Because the market went completely bullish, and I found myself shorting. So the bears finally took over. Hey, yo, what's up, man?
What up? You talking about gold?
Yeah, that's the only thing I trade at this point. Nasdaq is just too crazy for me. ES, man, I won't even waste my time on that. Silver. I mean, silver is my favorite instrument to trade, but it's just there's just not too many opportunities to take safe pullback trades on silver because it just doesn't move like it used to. So silver is, it's like I said, it's my favorite one to trade, but you really don't have too many setups setting up. And I mean, this is silver. And gold, I mean, it had so many trading opportunities. So, I mean, if I'm just going to only trade one instrument, it just has to be gold. So, until something changes, I guess. But how's your night going? You said that you already have to trade on the MES. What happened?
No, I started out trading MES. I never touched gold. I started in MES. Yeah.
Oh, so
I swallowed my pride and was like, all right, man, we just going. Because you know I didn't want to trade no damn MES. I can't stand MES.
Yeah. I think we can all agree to that. No disrespect.
It goes against like it goes against like everything I believe in, but I was like, you know what? Because looking at my options, I'm like, I don't really have too many options on instruments to trade with like, because you got to be perfect. Mm-hmm. You have to be perfect when you're dealing with, you know, I got a fresh small account. And so I looked at gold. I almost pushed the button. I wanted the short, but I was like, nah. Let me not do that. And as soon as I decided not to, you get this big old candle down. I was like, man, of course. Meanwhile, I'm over here sitting in a MES trade that's moving 4 ticks.
We're looking at it right now, and I feel your pain. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Never mind. You got that small little push, give you a little bit of hope. Oh, it's moving. And then it crashes right back down. Yeah.
I think that was the Trump pump. I think he had said like, the war, or we're almost reached a deal or something around like 7. I'm like, I wish they would have did like last time, push the ES like 200 points or whatever it was. NQ pushed up like almost 900 points in that one candle. But I guess.
Hey, what's up, Jack? And you know what? For the first time, before we talk about that, Trump actually made a joke about the 25th Amendment. I wonder what prompted him to say that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I learned what the 25th Amendment was from what's that show called on Netflix? House of Cards. 25th Amendment. It's actually using an AI tool because I have an understanding of what it is, but I don't know the really technical term. It's kind of like it's kind of close to impeachment, where they kind of vote you out. But let's look at this real quick. Yeah, there we go. Simplify. Yeah, so it's like the 25th Amendment explains what happens if the U.S. president can't do their job or the vice president office is vacant, ensuring a clear line of succession. So it's basically saying that if Trump is deemed unsuitable to be president, then they can invoke and vote on the 25th Amendment to get him out of there, get him the fuck on out of there. And like I said, man, says Trump's chance of being removed via the 25th Amendment as calls grow. Okay, so I guess I'm not the only. Well, I mean, he kind of said that in a conference. I mean, I just was scrolling and he was like, he said, hopefully they're thinking about the 25th Amendment, and it just triggered. I was like, oh yeah, I learned that from House of Cards, and then I just kept scrolling. I just kept scrolling. If the president dies or resigns or removed from office, the vice president becomes. Okay, so I really wish it would kind of give me like a. I mean, the only way that what's his name, the vice president, will become president is if something happens to Trump or they get him the hell on out of there. Because, like I said, if they were trying to pull a Erica Kirk and Vance 2028 because of this war, man, the only people that are going to vote for them is their base, and a lot of their base is going to probably say, you know what, the worst that happened when the Democrats was in power was that we had to tolerate them bullying us and accepting the foolishness that they said was reality. Like, men can have babies and men can be women if they want, or you can be whatever ethnical race that you want to be, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. And that was like the worst. So when people go to vote, they're like, you know what, I really don't want tampons in my son's my son's in the boys' bathroom, but I would like to be able to pay for my house. I would like to be able to go to the grocery store and pay for the food. So I mean, if that's the devil that we have to choose, I think people will go back to that devil, because this devil, we don't got tampons in boys' bathrooms, but shit, we can't afford nothing. And with this war, a lot of people around the world are feeling it. So, shit. Like, shit. So it's like, damn, I mean, it's like, which one do you want to choose? It's horrible on both sides, man. They have already sent boots on the ground. I've seen something to where they've already got boots on the ground in Iran, which is crazy. And they're expected to send more. So now, I mean, I just feel it's unfortunate for the people that are going to lose their lives for this conflict. It's going to be unfortunate for the people that lose their lives and their family. So we already know that's going to happen. I mean, it's actually happening already. And since everybody is saying that a war on the ground with Iran is literally a suicide mission, basically, and they're doing it anyway, it just really goes to show what's happening. So, just glad that we're out. We put in our time already.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything about Trump though. He said that he said something at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it was something. Let me see. They still have it in here.
Oh, okay, I see it. U.S. could take the oil. Oh my God. The U.S. could take the oil in our.
Here we go again. Give me that oil.
Sounds like Iran needed some democracy. Oh man, that is so. It's funny. Oil.
So here it is. Says performing extremely well in negotiations with Iran. I think we'll make a deal with them pretty soon. It's possible that we will not.
Yeah.
Like what? All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as that came out, it was like around 7:15. The mess did pump up. ES bounced 20 something points. I was like, oh, thankfully I'm on the right side of that.
Where are you TPing or what?
I'm trying to get to TP. I don't know if we'll get there though. I think this was. It's a lot of resistance up here right now. But I'm trying to get to TP. But I will not hesitate to close this thing if need be. But I'm optimistic that we can get to TP.
Well, what I will say is that it did bounce off of I mean, we do have a rising support trend line. It did bounce from there. I mean, it doesn't mean it can't pull back or nothing, but we got the market breaking structure to the downside on the ES. It popped up, it broke structure again, it held that trend line. So I think that we can at least get to. I'm pretty sure everybody is targeting 6,400, so I would like front run that at like maybe like 396 or 395 or something like that. Maybe a double top at that high around 395. Probably goes like three. It probably goes up there, but that's where I would probably take some profits at.
Yeah.
Because the Nasdaq doesn't look. I'm looking at a 3 minute on the Nasdaq and it filled that gap already. It rejected down. We do have we have all the EMAs sloped to the downside on the Nasdaq. I know you don't want to hear the bearish thesis while you're long, but the Nasdaq doesn't look like it wants to push. Could be wrong.
Yeah, NQ did fill the gap. ES didn't though.
Okay.
Almost did, but
okay. Yeah.
But you know, NQ always overextends ES, so I was hoping ES could actually go in, and it's like a roughly 98, 398.
Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, 390. Yeah, 395, 396 are probably target. Because you already know the ES is going to fill that gap before it does anything crucial, or at least the old ES would. I don't know about this new ES.
Yeah.
You should be good.
Should be, but crazier things have happened.
Trump might feel a little bit sassy and like, nobody's paying attention to me. Let me tweet something.
No deal.
He
just tanks.
I know how to pay attention to me.
It's crazy. You don't hear nothing about tariffs anymore.
Nope.
that was
Probably
the
ban
that was
that
the
word.
big thing.
Oh, did we talk about that? Him calling into that radio show. Have you seen that?
No.
You haven't seen, dude? This Trump is hilarious. Dude. This guy is he like, dude. He literally called like a morning talk show.
Yeah.
Literally talk. He didn't even try to hide that it was him. He said, "Yeah, my name is John Barron," and you know the people at Supreme Court, they're utterly horrible for what they did. Let me see if I can actually find the video because it's you got it. It's just hilarious because it's like, dude, we know it's you. He's like, we know it's you, dude. Like, why are you doing that? John Barron. Yeah, dude. Okay, listen to this.
John in Virginia, Republican. Let's hear from you.
Well, this is John Barron, and this is the worst decision you've ever had in your life, practically. Jack's going to agree with me, right? But this is a terrible decision. And you have Hakeem Jeffries, he's a dope, and you have Chuck Schumer, who can't cook a cheeseburger. Of course these people are happy. But true Americans will not be happy. And you have the woman earlier, I assume she's a woman, she's a Democrat.
Dude, who else is that? Dude, there is nobody else except Trump talking like that. Nobody.
Is that not an impersonator?
Dude, no. So basically, well, I didn't do the research, but in the comment section, it said that Trump has confirmed that he used to call in on morning talk shows using the John Barron synonym or whatever the word is, and
yeah,
and he would do that, and this is him doing it again. Dude, that is Trump. I don't care what nobody says. That is Trump. Nobody sounds like Trump except Trump. Even the impersonators, you can tell like, okay, yeah, you're doing a good Trump impersonator, but yeah, that's Trump. So I thought that was hilarious.
He said he can't cook a cheeseburger.
Who says something like that? You can't.
Yeah, that is a Trump thing. What?
Yeah, I don't like Trump because he can't cook a cheeseburger. Just imagine saying that to somebody. But anyway. The markets are going crazy. The markets don't want to move. I think we need the dead people back and investing in the stock market again. We need them back. We need the dead people back. Shit, at least until the elections, man. All the money that was to be made in the market. I mean, even though, it's crazy, like in hindsight, with how bullish the market was. Like, what possessed us? Just because it was super bullish and it had no signs of being bearish. What possessed us into thinking like, you know what, I'm waking up, even though the market is super bullish today, I'm going to short it because I haven't shorted in a long time and I want to short.
It's too high. It's got to come down.
In hindsight, that was crazy. Because there's no reason for us to come in thinking that, oh, just because it's too high, I should short it. Oh, hold on, guys. Wow. I feel your pain, brother. I feel it. Yeah, I wouldn't do this. I would not do that. No, I think Smith is long. I think he's long right now.
I am long, but now it's looking like, hold on, let me go back to smaller time frame. Yeah. They trying to reject. But we need to get much higher first, then you can drop. Then you have my permission to drop.
Man, if the markets work that way. It needs to work that way.
I know, right?
So this week's gonna be real. Oh, I think, don't we got like news this weekend or something, or this week or something like that? I think Powell speaks this week.
Oh, Powell. You know, he kind of going outside. He ain't moving the markets like he used to.
Yeah. You gotta depend on the Powell. Powell pump.
Yeah.
Now you can't. Remember the good old days gambling FOMC?
Good old days gambling it. Yeah, I remember the straight rush that you would get gambling FOMC. The back and forth.
Yep.
Being up thousands of dollars, being down thousands of dollars.
This thing is not right. This is not right. Central time. Oh. Central time. Yeah, so it appears that Powell speaks at 9:30 tomorrow. So that's definitely going to hold the markets up until he speaks tomorrow, which is insane. That's going to hold the markets up. But we got jolts. Historically, that's a bearish news event. Historically. Haven't seen it really be bullish yet. Consumer confidence and jolts. On Wednesday, we got retail sales. Okay. Should we got FOMC on Friday? Or not FOMC, non-farm on Friday. It's the first Friday of the week of the new month. We have April Fools on Wednesday. I wonder what kind of shenanigans they're gonna pull on that day. Well, I'm gonna have to pull these orders in the next few minutes. So if the market doesn't want to be helpful here, I'm gonna have to pull these orders. But I do see something that I'll probably have this running in my other account if I gotta pull these orders. But the one thing that I do see that I have noticed is that at least on gold, we have an EMA cross right there. We got the short term and the medium term crossing each other. I mean, we still have the long term EMA right there, and we got the market literally rejecting about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and we already know that liquidity is building up above these highs. So, we'll see. Let's see. So Smith, what's your plan in your account? What's your plan?
I mean, for this is it for tonight. I don't think I think tomorrow I'll probably be focusing on my options account during the New York session. We'll see. But then I'll just come back to this at night.
So do you got like
But-
okay.
No, I was just gonna say it's probably gonna be MES for a while. Yeah, unfortunately.
You got all this. I mean, good thing is that you have all the tools. I mean, you are utilizing Bookmap, right?
Yeah. Bookmap, Black Box. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about ES is that all the tools are designed for it specifically. So that's like the one good thing about trading the ES is that all the tools, all the pivot points, they're super accurate, and you shouldn't trade against it. The one time where you think, or the one time you say, hey, if you see a block of liquidity, and you're saying, oh man, my target is above it, hopefully you take your hand and then you pop it and say no. And say, this is the ES. Yeah, I'm looking at Bookmap
Yeah.
right now, and yeah, I see a bunch of liquidity sitting at 9,400. Especially if your target's around there. So there's also a wall right there around like 90 to about 92. So
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm not, like I said, I ain't staying up in this all night. I'm gonna set, trail and stop, and then go on about my business.
you about to go to bed?
Yeah, here soon. Yeah.
Smith going to bed. He's gonna get all cozied up, and then he's gonna have his phone on trading.
Hey, I gotta keep track of it.
Yeah, I was really considering opening up an options account this entire weekend, and I decided I'm not.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Like I said, that was just my version of revenge for what MES did to me last week. You know, options is different. You gotta trade momentum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, gold is definitely not gonna stop there. It's gonna probably push up higher. I'm probably push. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Like I said, I'm gonna follow my rules this weekend or this week. My plan this week. I mean, I've already started off this week not following my rules. I should have been in this, or actually, I should have been up at least, I don't know, like $900 maybe, depending on the size. I have five. Well, I should have been up this week. I should have been up today. I should have followed my rules, but I just decided not to for whatever reason. And I think I'm starting to see a pattern, bro. You said earlier that you wanted to get in short, but you hesitated. I wanted to take a long at 60, and I hesitated. I think that's the indicator right there. I think that's the indicator.
The hesitation indicator.
Yeah, I think that's the indicator, because if we're in self-sabotage mode, and I'm not saying that we aren't, but if we had a gut feeling about a move, and then we're second guessing that thought,
Mm-hmm.
and I would see that as self-sabotage, because why didn't you trust it? I mean, obviously, looking at the chart, your gut, your intuition said that was a short. My intuition said it was a long. We questioned it, and then we decided not to do it, and then that voice or that intuition went away, and we had to watch the market go in our direction. And then there's times where I'll look at the chart and say, "Oh, that's not a good trade," but this is my rule. I should take it because I'll be following my rule, and then it's a bad trade. So yeah, so this week, I should be setting myself up for another payout. I'm definitely not going to trade none of my funded accounts on Fridays ever again. I've already said that, but I thought that I was kind of feeling myself this week. I had a bad week, and I said the worst that could happen is that I lose. The best thing that can happen is I kind of made up for this poor performing week last week, and I'm going to the weekend in all my accounts had a loss, so that was fun.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'll keep you posted in the morning. As long as I ain't got nothing going on, I should be able to focus on the markets, using black box stocks and try to grow that options account. I almost doubled my money on Friday, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
From my initial deposit, I looked at the all-time P&L. I'm still down like $300 all time, but I'm like, we're not talking about all time. We're talking about for Friday.
Yeah. I mean, it's good, man. A lot of people go for 20% on Friday, so I mean, anything, I guess, seen above 20% is actually seen as a good thing, as a good trade on options. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, bro. We're about to get off, man. Appreciate you joining.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah. Don't get caught up in anything. Look at ESCO now. Look at her.
She's doing something right now?
I'm proud of her.
Yeah, these markets are more correlated than, yeah. Yeah. And also, all right. So, let me give you this tip, man. Make sure that you got the 21 EMA on your chart, bro. The ES, gold, basically all these except for that nasty witch Nasdaq. They in love with this 21 EMA. I mean, no matter what chart you pull up, you'll see the market react to that 21 EMA.
Yeah.
So if the market is showing bullishness on if the market is showing bullishness at that 21 EMA, that's definitely a good sign. If you see a close underneath that 21 EMA and if it doesn't bounce at the 50, then don't ever fight against the ES. You kind of have to change your mindset. Because it's like, so if you're going to trade the ES, if you're going to be successful with the ES, then you have to ask yourself, then why are you not allowing yourself to be successful on gold when they basically trade the same, but gold would move a little bit more than the ES? You kind of have to ask yourself, if you're willing to do what it takes on ES, why are you not doing that on gold?
Yeah.
Where is the unwillingness to do that come from? Oh shit.
Ah. Dang it. That was my opportunity. Okay. Well, shoot, I would be in gold if they had the same margins. Gold is just too expensive now for a small account. Too expensive to trade. I used to love them $50 per contract. That was easy money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't think anybody has grown a $500 accounts with 30K account. At least I haven't seen it. 500.
Yeah, that was that was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So the question is, or the question is not that you can't do it, bro. The question is, well, why are you not allowing yourself to do that again? Where is the block? I mean, what are your current blockers right now?
Yeah. Yep. Like I said, we'll see. Focus on SPY tomorrow. And there probably won't be no screenshots. Cause that was funny. I told you as soon as I took the screenshot of the 128 that I was up, that mess went down. That mess went down immediately.
Seriously? I thought you confirmed
Yeah.
that. I thought you locked that in.
So I ended up waiting for the next push, and it did push one more time, and I think that was the highest of the session, which I got out near the top basically, and I didn't think to even buy puts would have printed. But I was like, I'm good. Let's not push this. Because the options, you got a different mindset. My mindset is so stuck on futures that I be forgetting that. Because remember I told you, I was like, man, I was going to wait it out and see like if it's going to push even higher. And I was like, wait, no. What am I doing? I'm like, this is options. I'm like, you trading the momentum, basically. On that push up, I straight up got out. I locked in the 185. And I was like, all right, bet. I can't believe I even had that thought. Like, oh man, hold it and see. I would have been so disappointed because it would have went negative so fast.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no let's see what happens on that. Would have been straight up foolish of me to hold that thing. What I should have did was, the real thing, because I could have shorted, I could have bought puts at the top, basically, of the session, and just let that mess ride. I didn't know, man. Yeah, there was so much bearishness, and the fact that they were they kept selling it down. I was like, man, all right, don't even try this. You missed your chance. I was silly enough buying calls, thinking, I mean, I'm glad it did what it did, and I was able to see that. And I bought basically off a gamma level and got out at the gamma level. So the strategy worked, but puts was where the money was at Friday. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what develops. Like, London session has been straight up like bearish. I can't even remember the last bullish London session.
Shit. Honestly, I couldn't even see myself being up for London session.
Yeah. A lot of times I can't sleep, so I'll take a peek. Like, oh, let me see what London's doing. Absolutely nothing. Or they're selling it off. But yeah. But all right, man, I'm gonna get on off here. Go lay down.
All right, man.
All right. Peace.
And there's just so much resistance to be successful. You really have to break that mental barrier, because I mean, there's studies that say that the brain is so good at predicting that low key it already knows what's going to happen. Because it's so good at predicting. So I find it interesting that when you're doing the right thing, like just think about how many times that you were looking at a certain level, and in hindsight, that level worked out beautifully. And think about when you were looking at that level and considering placing a trade there, the amount of doubt, the amount of resistance, the horror stories that you told yourself to prevent you from actually getting in at that level. Man, good thing I didn't get in right there. I had a feeling it was going to do that. And this is why moving forward, I'm not going to buy any other accounts except for Top Step X, because it's just this right here is just powerful. It's being able to come in and adjust my risk. Rojo. And that sucks because this thing, I would have got filled on my funded account, but let's see if this is going to actually work out. Okay, let's see if this is gonna work out. Oh shit. Look at MES go. Looks like everything pushed. Gold and ES. Man. Man, that sucks, man. Yeah, what's up, Alfred? Hey, what's up, Adam? Mm. Mm. If we can get underneath 18, I think, honestly, I think this thing can completely reverse. I mean, we do have all these equal highs right here. So I do think that the market is going to come back to this. We do got all these equal highs right here. So I do think that the market comes back to this area eventually. Hopefully what I was looking for here was, the breakout and then pull back into this area right here. So that's what I'm hoping that we see. Without it having to go up a little bit higher. But with the orders sitting right there, the order is sitting at these equal highs. It's highly likely that price is going to want to come back to this area. And that's when we'll probably see everybody that was in this short that did not stop out probably take a break-even trade right there. So we'll see. We'll see. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that's the most likely area that the market could come back to. So. I just want to see that flush right there at the 50 EMA. I mean, this medium term EMA, the market could easily bounce there, but it can easily bounce there. We can easily see a green candle right there. But if we see a nice red candle breaking through that 50 EMA, then I should be good, because the next level or the next EMA would be the long-term EMA, and I do expect to see a reaction there. So far, so good on this trade. So far, so good. Hopefully, it can continue to go downward like that. We can get a nice winner for the end of the night. So far, so good. We're almost up about 13 points on this trade. So far, we're up about 8 points right now. Let me change this back to ticks because I changed it to the dollar amount because I just needed a dollar amount for one of my accounts to qualify for our payout, I think. And so I just wanted to make sure that I had the right amount. All right, so we're up like 90 ticks, so yeah, we should be good, man. That's definitely a break. It's definitely a green candle. I'm pretty sure a lot of people sold that green candle. So, yeah, we should be good. Honestly, my target is usually right here, but I'll take that. Okay. So like I said, I think the market wants to come down to this area right here. I think it wants to come down to these equal highs. It would just make sense. That makes sense. It's where's this where the orders are? So I should be good on this, man. Now, I mean, I guess if gold is going to be gold here, I mean, gold is going to be gold. Mm. All right. Yeah, I'm convinced. I'm super convinced. I'm super convinced. So, We all know that I usually have a 13-point target. You see how the market didn't play any of those games at 13 points, but as soon as it gets to the target, it's playing these target games, these fill games. That shit ran through my 13-point, my usual 13-point target, and now it's playing these games at this one. Boy, nah. Man. Nah. We holding the target. We holding the target. And then we're gonna lock the account out. Now, wow. That is insane. That is insane. That is insane, man. That is insane. Yeah, that's insane. So the low on that candle was 5081. 5081. That is insane. That is insane. I already locked out the account, so. That is insane. That is insane. That is freaking insane, man. That's insane. I need a physical risk manager right now. I can't do it. I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's insane. That is insane. That is insane. So I wonder, so what was in this area? Like, what was in this area? The market decided to bounce. I mean, it even left a gap right here. It left the gap. This is where the breaker structure happened. The long-term EMA was right here. What happened here? What happened? What happened here? Okay, well. All right. Okay. I mean, at this point, the position is too far gone. This, unless we get a drop right here, unless it drops without it being nasty, without having to try to swipe these highs. Come on, gold. You don't gotta be nasty like that, you know. You already was super nasty to me just now, so we get it. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. That's it for me. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck just happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Nah, Alfred, it's deeper than that. That shit is deeper than that. Gold did that shit on purpose. And you know, I mean, gold did that shit on purpose, dude. Dude, there's literally no, like, dude, it literally left a gap to not fill my target. Like, that's insane, man. That's insane. I really don't know what the hell happened. You got these equal highs. This is where price breaks structure. You got a gap right there. I mean, you literally had nothing right here for the market to stop and make a move like this. Like, it's insane. It's literally insane. Whatever. All right, well. All right, man. That's it for me today. I mean, that's disappointing. It really is disappointing. That was disappointing. I mean, not only did gold find enough room to stop me out from the initial short, but then I do a follow-up short because I was like, man, this thing is going short and I'm not going to let gold trick me like that. And so it says, okay, yeah, I'll go short. It goes beautifully. And then it literally stops, ticks away from my target. Ticks away from the target. It's insane how good gold is at doing that. Ticks away from the target. You got the breaker structure down there. The EMA was down here at the time. I mean, you got a gap that the market is going to probably try to come back and fill all after the fact. It's just insane. So I'm not going to change. I mean, I want my target, damn it. But this time I got stopped out of a winning trade, a super winning trade. So I guess no, that's blasphemy. No, I'm not taking no damn profits because as soon as I took profits, it would have dropped. Or at least that's how I feel. We would never know, obviously, but I feel like if I were to just taken profits right there, it would have hit my target and I just would have been pissed. It's just one of those situations where, for whatever reason, when I'm stubborn, I get stopped out. When I say fine, I'll take the freaking profits. And when I should have been stubborn, it would have worked out. So that's frustrating. But I'm not going to trade any more accounts tonight. I'm going to come back tomorrow morning. My funded accounts, I'm not allowed to trade those overnight. I can come back tomorrow morning around like 6:30ish. Actually, let me just do that now. Let me just do it now. Because after what just happened, I might try to revenge trade tomorrow morning. So let me just do it now. All right, so 6:03. All right, so lock up my account to 6:03. So I'm not tempted into revenge trading off stream. Because I'll probably do it. Because I want to get my lick back. Right. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, I mean, logically that makes sense, Alfred, but we can't expect it to make a logical decisions in an emotional situation. So that's why we have trading rules, and my trading rule says that either hits my target or hits my stop. What I could have done differently, because I did readjust my target to about 16. I mean, it did hit a 13-point target, but this is an eval, so I kind of want a little bit more. I wanted the full extent of the move. What I should have done was I should have just probably moved my stop like right at that 13 or 135 tick target that I usually take in the funded account. I should have just probably moved it there, and then probably trailed it down, so I can at least lock in the profit. Could at least have done that, but gold could have. Gold could have filled my target too, so I mean, gold just being nasty unnecessarily tonight. So okay. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for me tonight. Like I said, it was unfortunate that we didn't get a target fill tonight, but I only took one trade in the account. I got to come back tomorrow morning with it, or I have to come back tomorrow with it. It does suck, but we still have the account, so I guess we'll get them next time. I guess. I do appreciate everybody that joined me tonight. I will definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody, and keep on jabbing.